It all began when members of the Clovis Women's Club sponsored the first Clovis Festival in 1914, known as Clovis Day. Mrs. McMurdy, Mrs. Gross, and Mrs. Merman were the first leaders in starting this yearly tradition. The first festival was held in a vacant lot in the northwest part of Clovis.
It was called Clovis Days.
It started off with a parade to bring the locals together and continued with horse races, games, and a picnic. It wasn't until 1921 that this celebration turned into an official rodeo event conducted by local cowboys. Through this change, Clovis Days expanded into our cherished Clovis Rodeo. 16 years later, the Clovis Horse Show and Festival Association bought the land where the rodeo now resides.
In the early 50s, it was pretty amateurish rodeo, but it was a big event in Clovis.
Rodeo entertainment included 2 chariot teams used in the filming of the movie Ben-Hur.
It goes way back when Clovis was just a little tiny town.
In the 1960s, a Clovis rodeo ticket only cost 25 cents. The rodeo purse was in excess of $9,500, attracting some of the nation's champion cowboys and top names on the rodeo circuit. The original wooden grandstands that held 2,000 people were soon updated to our current concrete stands, which seat 7,000 viewers.
Yeah, you're talking, probably 50, 60, 70,000 people in our 5 days of rodeo. Gain an experience of community and giving back to the community.
Yeah.
But the rodeo gives back over $350,000 a year back to the community, which includes nonprofits, from 4-H and FFA to break the barriers and Boy Scout troops and all kinds of stuff.
In 1949, the Clovis Rodeo became a part of the Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association, also known as the PRCA. Throughout the following decade, the rodeo increased in popularity amongst professional cowboys. Every year, families look forward to gathering in April and celebrating Western heritage. The Clovis Rodeo is a non-profit, all-volunteer event that provides an entertainment and supports local charities. The Clovis Rodeo pays out over $400,000 in total, making it one of the highest-paying rodeos in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, the PRCA. The Clovis Rodeo is also a top 3 rodeo in California and has one of the top 15 in the country.
In 2009, the Clovis Rodeo welcomed cowboys from the Professional Bull Riders Challenger Tour for the first time.
The PBR helped bring professional cowboys and help provide better livestock to the Clovis Rodeo. The Clovis Rodeo Association commissioned a bronze statue of Lane Frost and the legendary bull, Red Rock, in 2014 to celebrate the rodeo's 100th anniversary. The statue commemorates a famous event called the Challenge of Champions, a series of 7 matches in 1988. The statue was created by Fresno State graduate Jim Stuckenberg. Frost successfully rode Red Rock in 4 of the 7 tries. Frost's bull riding exploits inspired the movie 8 Seconds, and the statue is located on Old Town Trail at the entrance of the rodeo grounds.
getting an influx of people, getting ready for rodeo. The city's getting ready for rodeo. It has a huge economic impact for the city of Clovis. I mean,
The Clovis Rodeo has an economic impact of over $15 million. In 2020, the 106th annual Clovis Rodeo was canceled due to the worldwide coronavirus pandemic and did not continue until 2022 for the 108th annual Clovis Rodeo.
That was the first time the rodeo was canceled other than World War II because of all the restrictions we had, and we were testing people before they could come in, and
When COVID happened in 2020, the city says the financial impact was $3 million in direct spending, $8.7 million citywide. And one more thing, these cowboys are chasing two things, money and glory. Bull riding. For bull riding, the rules are simple. The rider must attempt to stay on the bull for at least 8 seconds, while only touching the bull with their riding hand. The other hand must remain free for the duration of the ride. Bronc riding. The rider must ride the bronco for at least 8 seconds. He must also have one hand in the air and one hand on the rein. And the moment the horses jump, his spurs must be in the horse's shoulders, or he will be disqualified. Barrel racing. 3 barrels are placed in a triangular pattern. The rider must ride around each one, and whoever has the lowest time wins. If a rider knocks down a barrel, a 5-second penalty is added to their time. If the rider touches a barrel, or if the barrel just tips, but does not fall to the ground, then there is no penalty. Steer wrestling. A steer is a young bull. For the rules, the rider must catch up to the steer, lower himself off his horse, grab the steer by the horns, slow the steer down, and then throw the steer on the ground. All the steer's legs must be facing the same way as the nose for the ride to qualify.
The Clovis Rodeo continues to thrive, attracting thousands of visitors annually and featuring various events, including bull riding, steer wrestling, and barrel racing.
And for the cowboys and cowgirls who enter the arena, it's a test of skill, grit, and heart, a tribute to a tradition that stretches back generations, and one that will continue to thrill audiences for years to come.
This event has had a significant impact on the town of Clovis through its evolution over the years by fostering community spirit and preserving Western heritage. What started as a Western festival in 1914 has morphed into a communal tradition that brings generations together and will continue to do so for many years to come.
This is the Clovis Rodeo.